Hey YouTube, you see right? If you've been here, got on the lab coat. This is pumpkin pie chapstick. I'm excited for this video. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Dion. I'm going to tell you what's on my face. And then we're going to jump into this look. This is another beauty face off. I decided to just call this series that, and that's when I do one palette on one eye, another palette on the other eye. See how close we get. See what y'all think, which one wins, which one you would prefer, or just which one you prefer for me, because if you've been here, you kind of know what I like. But so I'm excited. So what's on my face right now? There are timestamps below if you want to skip. Of course, I would love it if you stay, but I understand if you want to hop around because I know we got other things that we can be doing. And so having said that, I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to tell you what's on my face. Then as I'm priming my eyelids, we're going to do the intro, and then we're going to jump into the look. I'm hell excited. I have brushes laid out. So for primer, we have the Milk Hydro Grip Primer that we mixed with Estee Lauder Double Wear Stand Place Makeup. The shade I wear is 4 in 2. And we have on the 4 in Estee Lauder Concealer. Before we did that though, because we always do brows first, we have the Fenty Brow Pencil. We have, we set the face. Y'all, I took the sifter out because we are about done and I'm hell excited. The Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder and Truly Tawny. Look, this is what's left. This is it. So just this little bit here. This is... I do have another backup though. Well, one backup. Because I realized, like, wait a minute, this one's almost done. I looked at my storage and I'm like, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I had to go purchase a backup. For bronzer, these were sent to me from Grace Gel Beauty, aka Gel Beauty, aka, wait a minute. I'm exhausted. Gel Beauty 87, aka Grace. That's how she says it. So this is Sigma Matte Bronzer. The shade is dark. We have that on. She also sent me this blush. This is Bronze Star. And I like this blush because it looks like I have a highlighter on even when I don't. But I did still put on another highlighter today. And so we use MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And so I guess the shade is Double Gleam. So that is that extra shine. This is not a color on me, but it's just a shine. And I look at, but even without it, like where you see the pinkish hue, this is the blush. The highlighter is up here, this highlighter. And then we put on the Hourglass Radiant Light under eye and all over the face. Then, what did we do after that? We did a bunch of stuff. That was it, except for just before I started this video, excuse me, I put NYX retractable eyeliner, gold on the lower lash line and on the lower upper, on the inner rims, upper and lower, we use MAC Color Excess and the shade is Pool Shark. And this is what the shade looks like. So this is everything on the face. So we're going to prime the lids with the Fenty Eyeshadow Primer. We're going to get into the intro and then we're going to start the look. So I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, just enjoying doing videos, knowing it's okay to let your authentic personality shine through. If you stutter, you stammer, or you know, some of the mishaps you've already seen me do, knowing that it's okay, because this is how I am in my day-to-day life. And so just knowing it's okay to just be who you are and not think, oh, it's not perfect, or oh, I gotta redo that because I stammered, or oh my gosh, I hiccuped. Oh yeah, I randomly gurgle, belch, and hiccup through videos. I do always say excuse me. I'm a gross troll. So just knowing it's okay to just be who you are and not to be ashamed or embarrassed because of how you are. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to have your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we stand by the motto of self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. I have to let you know if you're new here, I do curse sometimes in videos because I curse sometimes, period. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm hoping I make sense in this video because I am exhausted. I've been getting like an hour and a half sleep here, 2 hours of sleep there. You know, stuff happened, and because businesses are not on my time, if I need to do, you know, business outside of here, you know, phone calls or calling agencies or whatever, or if they call me for something, you know, it interrupts my sleep, and then I'm just exhausted. And then I had to go out today to handle business, and the business closed at 5 o'clock. Usually I'm sometimes still asleep at 5 o'clock. So, but we're here. And I just did like 3 brush videos for the brush series for 2024. So this is my 4th video today. So we're going to use the same brushes. I have out duplicates. So whatever brush, I have brushes for this eye, brushes for this eye. And we are using the same brush for the same shadow placement. So that way it's not like, well, that came out that way because that was this brush and that was that brush. No, we're not doing that. So for the first 2 shades, actually, I'll tell you now what brushes we're going to use, and then we'll just jump in. We're using, I have out 4 of the Hourglass number 3 brushes. I have out 4 of the Esom V27 brushes. I have out 2 Scott Barnes brushes. We're going to use these for blending. These are tapered blending brushes. And we have out 2 Makeup Forever brushes. It says 210. I don't think they make these anymore. Just short, stubby smudger brushes. And for our upper lash line, we have out 2 of the MAC 210 brushes. So we are going to jump in. And I'm not going to tell you what's where. Not at all. And I will say, well, you'll know from the thumbnail that one of them is the MAC Lovestruck Luck palette. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm turned off that the PAO was only 6 months, even though you can use shadows longer than what they say. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, really? That's how long you're saying it should be good for? That's it? But I don't know. And because you can keep things a lot longer, even the motherships, like some people are like, oh, I've had, you know, this palette for 8 years and the PAO was only 12 months. You know what I'm saying? So part of me is like, does it really matter? Ooh, got shadow in my eyelash. So does it really matter that it only says 6 months? Because I still might be able to use it for like 1.5 years, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to figure that out. I just feel some kind of way. There's shadow in my lashes and I don't want it to get in my eye. Did I get it? Yeah. So that's something that I'm thinking about because I don't know. But these are what these 2 are looking like so far. Ooh, this is going to be a very light look, and so I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I am excited to see what this is going to look like. Oh shoot. Okay, so where are we at now? I got to make sure I don't confuse myself. So I do think it's going to be a grungy look. And so that part I'm excited about. I'm making sure I'm not tapping off because one of my other videos that I did like this, they knew which palette was what. We're sweeping in between the blend. They knew which palette was what because they can hear when I tapped off the brush, like what it sounded like. And because of what the palettes were, I don't know if one was, but one was a Mothership and one wasn't. So one was like tap tap and the other one didn't sound like that. And I'm just like, that was really smart. Like for her to pick up on the sound. I wouldn't have thought about that. But I'm glad that she had commented that because now I know I'm not tap tapping. This doesn't, like here it looks blended, but then here it doesn't. But we're gonna leave that like that. But I'm so I'm tapping off just by tapping the brush versus tapping the brush on the palette. So that's what we're doing for this. So I'm excited though. And I think this look will help me decide if I'm going to keep it or not, because one of these only has 6 shades. And I think we're using all 6 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're using all 6 shades. And I think did we use all 6 shades before when we used Lovestruck Luck? Because if so, it's just like, all right, do I really want to keep them both? I was going to say need, but I don't think makeup is a need. I do think it's just a want and a desire. So we looking good. We looking good. What? And the same. This doesn't look blended, but then it does. So we're going to sweep in between to get more of a blend. Because it doesn't look like it is, but then when I turn, it does. And it's doing that on both sides. So yeah, we're even right now. We're looking the same. So now what we're going to take is something I'm not going to tell you, because that would completely like give it away. Where am I at? Let me get my head together. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm really trying hard not to confuse myself. Going from one side to the other side. We're sweeping where the 2 shades meet. You can tell these are 2 different shades, but it is kind of blending together. And I knew it was, because just trying to match up what would look the same, or what would look kind of like the same look, using 2 different palettes. And also, if you have either one of these, and if you were thinking about getting the other one, you can be like, no, I really don't need to have that, even though it's not a need. But sometimes, you know, we do feel like, oh, I need that in my collection. I will say I understand that. Like Mothman palette. And now that I have Bog Witch, and that's on my mind because today is February 12th, and today is the day that video aired when I gave my review of the 4 notoriously morbid palettes that I have. So that's why that's on my mind. But even also like 669, I'm kind of bummed that they're not bringing it back, but I'm gonna hold on to it until I put it on one day and it burns my lids. Like I'm holding on to that palette. But when I saw it, I'm like, I'm getting it. I knew I was getting it. And so palettes like that, I'm just like, yeah. So we're looking good. So what do y'all think is where? So we're 3 shadows in for each side. So comment below, 3rd shadow in, this is what I think is where. And then you can comment later at the end and let me know if you were right. So that's what I'm asking you to do for this video. So yeah, y'all, I'm like, ooh, like for real. Yeah, for real. So I am excited. I think I know why the PAO is low for the MAC palette. And I think it's the formula of those shadows, because they started making the Powder Kiss shadows, and that's a different formula. So that's my theory. I don't know. And also, as far as like PAO is concerned, it's not required, and actually I don't think it is like a rule or a regulation, but it became a rule or regulation over in the European Union first and then here. But I don't think it became a regulation over there. I don't know if it is a regulation here or if it just picked up steam because it's like something else to put on our, you know, packaging and be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really not sure. But if something has a PAO, if the period after opening a product should be good for is less than 30 months, that's when they put it on the packaging. And so for a lot of MAC packaging, it doesn't have a PAO, which means it should be good for longer than 3 years after you open it. And that's just like, whoa. And again, it's the conditions you live in, the conditions that you keep your makeup stored in, that type of thing. We're gonna just sweep this over some more. And so there's things that do factor into how long you can keep a product because powder products you can't keep longer than creams, because creams will breed bacteria and fungus faster than powder products will. But so I think that's why. And also with some products, actually most of them, makeup and skincare, they have a batch number. There's a website you can go to and put in the batch number, and it'll tell you when that batch was made. And they will estimate when it should expire, or they will give you an expiration date. But still, it's, you know, how long can you use it before the texture changes, or it starts to smell funny, or it starts to apply different, you know what I mean? And so if you have products that don't have a PAO, it's because it should be good for at least more than 30 months. And I think they count on people not keeping stuff that long, but I know that people do keep stuff that long or longer. But so that's that. So I just wanted to mention that because it was on my mind about why the hell are they saying this is only good or should be good at least 6 months, and MAC products usually don't even have a PAO on it, which means they should be good for at least, you know, 30 months or more. And so for this one to say 6 months and the other ones don't say anything, it's like, so wait a minute. So like the Connecting Color, the other MAC shadows, the paint pots, none of them have any dates on it, which means they should be good for at least 30 months after you open it, right? So then you get this palette and it's telling you 6 months. It's like, excuse me? Yeah, that really threw me off. I'm like, well, something ain't right here. And it is a different formula, as I said. So I do think it's the formula of it. But if that's the formula, give me the other stuff that's going to last me for years and years and years and years, and not just supposedly for 6 months. You know what I mean? I like the look. It's a very soft look. I'm tempted to put these outer corner shades inner corner too. I do like the look though, but do I want to do that, or do I just want to keep it like this? I mean, hiccup, excuse me. I'm gonna keep it like this because you know why? This is a different look for me. This is a very different look for me to do. So because of that, we're going to leave it like it is. Oh, I got fallout. I got a little bit, not much. Yeah, so we're going to leave it because this is a different type of look for me, especially having the inner portion that light that far over, because that usually never ever happens. So we are almost done with the look. Excuse me if you heard that by throat. I almost put this on the wrong side. This is cute. Actually, I do like them both. Would I do them again? I don't know. Because y'all know I like more color and more, you know. But it is nice though. It is a nice look, easy look. You saw how quick we were able to put this on. So, yeah. This is what we're doing. This is what we got. We're still in Black History Month, so we're still going to do a black lip. I don't know if I'm going to top it though. Probably not. And I'm trying to decide what color eyeliner to put on my upper lash line. I didn't take out, oh yeah, I do have a brush out for lower lash line. That was what the Makeup Forever brushes were for. This is a cute look, y'all. Is this eye tearing? This eye is, oh. Let me not touch it because it'll pull off the shadow. So we have one more shade to put on. And this is going to go, we're going to press and wiggle this on our lower lash line. This is a very, I'm not going to say very different look for me, but it is not a typical look for me. I have a green. Do I have a green? Yeah, do I want to do a green for upper lash line? I thought to do a red because that'll stand out more. But we don't always have to stand out. But then it's already red up top. You know what I'm saying? So where am I at? What am I doing? Let me know if you can figure out what's where. Like these are close. This is like really close, y'all. Wow. And I kind of thought they were going to be, but I do admit they're closer than I thought. Seriously, like wow. And you know what though? Even though the PAO is only 6 months for that palette, because you can keep stuff longer, I do recommend those little MAC palettes. I do. Because the formula is nice. Everything goes on easy. They blend easily. And so I'm thinking, like, even though it says 6 months, I might be able to have it for a year and a half too. So I'm just like, but then if the look is similar to other stuff I'm doing, then it's like, why keep it? So that's my dilemma. So I'm going to figure out liner for upper lash line, and we are going to put on MAC Stack mascara. This one says micro brush, and we're going to do the lip, and then we're going to come back and we're going to reveal what is what. I used Max Caviar for the last two looks, and so this one we're going to use Nightbird from Sephora collection, and when we come back the look will be done. This is the finished look, y'all. And y'all know if you've been here, my lips are not symmetrical, and putting on a dark lipstick just accentuates it. And I forgot to put on mascara. So let's just do that really quick. So while I'm putting on mascara, let me know what palette you think is where. And so you can comment below, mascara time. I think such and such side is the MAC side. I think such and such side is the pat side. And because left and rights can be mixed up, because my left might be your right, you can say the side by the curtain. The side by the curtain is what palette? The side not by the curtain is what palette? So that's how we can do that, because I always get confused. When they're like, oh, the left side. And I'm like, my left, your left, left looking at the picture. Because some people do left or right according to their visual. So as we're both looking at it, the right side is just the right side. But then some go by, you know, my right might be their left. You know what I mean? So I'm always confused. So the side by the curtain, or the picture, because there's a picture right there on the wall. Or the side opposite the picture, not by the picture. So, all right, so now I will put up a picture of the finished look over here, give you another chance. Oh, dip down is a brown for upper lash line. I like this wing, really baby wing, really tiny. This side, for some reason, well, this side I was able to get pretty much straight, but this side I came down. So not even accidental swoosh, it's just like, I don't know, y'all. I'll be trying. So let me know what you think. So I'm going to show you the palettes, and you can tell me what you think is where. Or you can let me know if you were right. So this is what Midnight Sun looks like. This is what Lovestruck looks like. These are the eye looks. This is MAC over here, Lovestruck Luck, and this is Midnight Sun on this eye. So this is Midnight Sun. This is MAC Lovestruck Luck. This is what we have. Pretty damn close. I'm looking at these looks. The only difference I see, the main difference I see, is this shade right here. And so what we have Just a Dream on the inner corner. We have Skin Show Moon Glow here. The second shade, this is Legend Has It. This is Blood Moon. This for me is the main difference, is Blood Moon. It is shinier. But if you don't have this palette, like would you, I mean, I could be either one. We have Untamed Flame right here, the red. Over here we have Vermilion Venom, which is a little bit deeper. But again, if you don't have either one, would you know? You know what I mean? So this side is a little bit deeper. That red is a little deeper on this side than this side. The green shade, this is Sparkle Starter. And it looks very much like this green, which is Wicked Envy. This is just a tiny bit darker, but not by much. Or is it darker because the red is darker and it's next to the red? You see what I'm saying? And for our transition area, we have waiting, waiting in the wings. And up here we have Bronze Eclipse. And underneath we have She's Got Flair. And over here we have Bronze Eclipse. This isn't Bronze Eclipse, this is Taboo. This is Bronze Eclipse under here. So again, all 6 of these shades we used, matched them up with this. So these are the 2 we used on the inner corner. The orange. These are the 2 we paired up for the orange. And you can see which ones are the reds. This is what we paired for the green. And for transition shade, these are the 2 that we paired. And for lower lash line, what is left? Where was lower lash line? This corner for lower lash line, and this one for lower lash line. Am I doing that right? I think so. Wait a minute. Sparkle Star Legend. Legend Has It. Where was Legend Has It? Okay, yeah, we did. We lined up everything where they were. So if you 40% off Motherships are $77.40. This MAC palette, I believe it was $39. Yes, you get 10 shades with the Mothership. Yes, you only get 6 with the MAC. And the MAC, the PAO is 6 months. You can keep it longer. Mothership PAO is 12 months. Keep it longer. Some people have commented years ago. I've seen it. I'm like, oh, I had mine for like 8 years, and that was years ago. So I'm like, wow. So even whether they still have it or not, to have an eyeshadow palette that long is still just like, oh, it's amazing to me. And I've had this longer than a year. The PAO for this one was March 2023, and it still functions fine. So almost 2 years I've had this palette. No, 2023. So almost, wait a minute. Oh, the PAO ended March 2023. Ooh, so March next month will be 2 years I've had this, and it still functions fine, as you see. So it's what you want. You don't have, a deep shade down here. You don't have, these 3 up here. But if you just want a similar look to the one that we have on, if this is your vibe, if this is your speed, you can do that with this. Excuse me for the glare. If you just want extra stuff and a little bit deeper, then the Mothership. But now I'm still just like, to me, they're still very close. I stuck something in here. Look at this shadow. Oh, when I was trying to pair them up. Yep, I sure did. I dug it because here it is right here. They're going to be like, you abused this and then you want to bring it back. So I'm going to think about it. I mean, I don't know. But let me know if you were right. Let me know if you guessed correctly. Let me know if even if you guessed correctly, and even if you did not guess correctly, let me know if you're surprised how close these are. So when I'm saying some of these MAC palettes are dupes or could be dupes for Motherships, now y'all see what I'm saying. And I am going to do a few more. So, because I do think Unfiltered Nudes has subliminal vibes. And something else I saw, I think, has another vibe as something else. But we're going to see, and we are going to do more beauty face-offs. Let me know which one was your favorite. Let me know if you were correct. Let me know if you were surprised. And so that'll be it for this video. I hope this was exciting for you. And as always, excuse me. As always, I got a hiccup or something. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe if you're not, like, share, comment, join if you're interested in that. A lot of links down below. Thank you, and you will see me soon.